You know, there are three roads in the world that every serious adventure motorcyclist dreams of riding. Just hearing their names elicits thoughts and images of wonder, beauty, desolation, isolation, and in some riders' minds, a nervous sense of insecurity and dread. The Dalton Highway in North America, the Route of 40 in South America, and the Road of Bones in far eastern Russia. The first I've ridden, the second I plan to, and the third I may never. All are easily accessible these days, but not all are easily ridden. A rider, if he or she is smart, will adjust and adapt in their effort to experience, enjoy, and survive to tell tales of the ride. The Dalton Highway is a 500-mile, mostly gravel road that runs north and south between Fairbanks and Deadhorse. It's also known as the Haul Road and was made famous by the Ice Road Truckers television series. On 4 days, starting on June 23rd, it was dusty, muddy, cold, sunny, windy, and mosquito infested. It was just about perfect. I only have one real hobby, riding my motorbikes as far and as long as I can. I love the challenge of traveling with just the things I need to stay comfortable, healthy, and secure. There have been hundreds, if not thousands, of riders who have successfully ridden the Dalton Highway to Deadhorse. I was just one of those guys who had the dream and the opportunity. Well, you may notice as you're looking at the video that there are other bikes in the pictures besides Tess. My friend Alcan Rider, he's traveled up and down the Dalton for decades. Most of the photos you're looking at while I babble on were taken by him, and it shows some of his bikes. I appreciate Jack letting me use some of his fabulous photographs to show the world the beauty of the Dalton. Good morning. It is Tuesday, June 21st. Lynn and I are on our way to Prudhoe Bay, Alaska, as far north as we can go. Weather is epic. We stopped here just south of Cantwell to get some gas. We're going to head on the Denali Highway today over to Gracious House Lodge. We've got reservations tonight. It's supposed to be a beautiful road. Looking forward to it. And we just stopped here to get some gas, get a little cup of coffee, and just kind of relax a little bit. We only have about maybe 150, 180 more miles till we get to the lodge. So we'll be there early, sit on the porch, catch up on a ride report, just gently relax a little bit. But the weather is beautiful and no problems at all so far. Want to say hi to Mom back home, my sisters. They're all having a good time. Wish they were here. One of these days I'll bring them back up here, you never know. But we're going to head on down the road. See you later. So here he'll run down, open the place up, and get you whatever you want. Here's a shot of Lynn having a soda. And we went back to the house, and here's our two cooks for the night. They were really, really cool. A few miles on down the road from the Gracious house, we came to the long wooden deck bridge over this to sit in the river. The weather was clearing, and again there was no traffic. The bridge was dry today, but I bet when it's wet, it can be a bit slippery. Still lots of potholes and rivets. Lynn said the road would be better after we crossed the McLaren River. We were starting to climb up to the summit of McLaren Pass, where we'd be able to see the valley where herds of caribou migrate each year. Many say the valley is Alaska's equivalent to the African Serengeti. As we descended, the road surface became almost like velvet. Everywhere we looked, we saw a higher being's handiwork. You have trouble focusing on the depth of the place, as you've never been in a place so infinite. The McLaren Lodge is located at mile marker 92 if you're heading east from Cantwell. They have rooms and a couple of rustic cabins. We were told one of them is bunkhouse style that sleeps 7 and only costs $25 per person. The apple pie and coffee was really good here at the McLaren River Lodge. The staff here treated us really well, just like we were family. We had a great time. Stayed about 30 minutes, took a few pictures, and headed on out. Today was a gift. A few times in a person's life, maybe for being good, you're given a chance to really see. There are some places you want to keep for yourself. They're so stunning and calm, you're stopped in your travels and can't move. When we started on the Dalton Highway, I aired my tires down on test to a little over 20 pounds PSI front and rear. After we got to the pavement here, here's a couple of shots Lynn took of me airing the things back up. Test rode like a dream. We're on the Richardson Highway now, headed to Delta Junction for lunch. After that, it's a short ride on to Fairbanks and a Super 8 motel for the evening. As you travel north on the Richardson heading up towards Fairbanks, the scenery is just absolutely magnificent. Wide open lakes with vistas you can see forever. Beautiful mountains on either side of the road in some places. We were heading to the Super 8 motel. We decided to get a room tonight. And we're also going to meet up with Ron, K7 TBT on ADV Rider. We're going to head over to the Alaska Salmon Bake, get some dinner. Should be really good. I heard it's kind of a unique, neat place to see. You pay one price, you go in and eat all you want. So it's going to be a good night. And also we're going to stash some of our camping gear at the motel. They're going to hold it for us until we get back. So it's all good. Good morning. It's a beautiful day here in Fairbanks. Here's a shot of the bikes outside our motel room where we can keep an eye on them at night. We're going to head up the Elliott Highway up to the Hilltop truck stop for breakfast. We're going to meet Ron, K7 TBT on ADV Rider, like I said before. He just got back from Prudhoe on his Yamaha Super Tenere. Said he had a great time. He's going to ride with us up to the Yukon River camp. And he's going to turn back and head back down to Washington. Got to the place where the Elliott Highway splits off and the Dalton Highway takes over. Found the sign here. Got my picture I've always wanted to do for years and years, and we continued on. The road here goes to mostly gravel right off the bat, but it's been recently graded and it's really, really nice. And a few more miles up the road, we came to the beautiful Dalton Highway sign everybody stops at, gets their photograph. I want to thank Lynn for doing such a good job and making me look good. As you travel along the Dalton here, the pipeline is never too far away. The vistas, again, are just magnificent. We're heading up to the Yukon River camp at about mile marker 125 or so. We'll be crossing the Yukon River. We're going to stop there and gas up, get some pie, maybe some coffee, and take a little bit of break. It's been a great day so far. We're fixing to start a long descent down to the Yukon River Bridge. Yeah, the bridge itself is about a half a mile long. It's wooden covered. It's a steel girder bridge, but with wooden decking. The grade, I think, is about 6%. But going downhill is not too bad. If it's wet and you're going uphill, it can be pretty slippery. They got snipers posted on each end of the bridge, and if you stop, there's a sign that says that they will shoot you. I guess it's because of truck traffic and everything. Anyway, I wasn't going to risk it because I wanted some pie. Here's my first look at calcium chloride. Luckily it's dry today, but when it rains this stuff really gets slick. We're going to hit quite a bit of it as we go over Atigun Pass and go across the Tundra, but today was really beautiful and not a problem. Every now and then you come up on a truck going northbound or southbound. If you hit it in the gravel section, there's lots of dust. So I usually just hung back a little bit and wait for a little paved section and scooted on by. Not a problem. There's a nice shot of Lynn in the background. You can see the road we came down through the little mountain there. Between Yukon River and Coldfoot, you cross the Arctic Circle. We're heading that way now. We're going to stop in, get our photographs, and hopefully the rangers will be there so I can get my certificate. Most days during the week, the couple of rangers up there, they've got a little kiosk set up in a mosquito-free tent where they have these nice printed certificates up. They'll fill it out for you to document you crossing the Arctic Circle. They asked for a little donation to help with the park service, so I left them $10, and I think it's money well spent. Well, how are you doing? Lana and I left Fairbanks this morning about 8 o'clock. And now we are in Coldfoot. We crossed the Arctic Circle a little bit ago. I got my certificate. Everything is perfect. I guess you can see by the sky here that the weather today is absolutely epic. You know, we had a great ride up, a few potholes. Gravel's, for the most part, real smooth, made good time. It's now maybe about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so took us an easy 7 hours to come up here, stop for lots of pictures, and life is good. We just filled up with gas. I got my gas tank full. I've got my spare gas canister full of gas too, because from here to Prudhoe Bay is 240 miles with no services, so it's going to be good. We're going to go a few miles up the road to Wiseman. We got reservation at the Boreal Lodge for tonight, and again on Saturday night on the way back. So it's going to be real good. Talk to you later. There's a little cafe at Coldfoot where you can get a really good hamburger and good breakfasts. I told Lynn to go ahead and lead us away up to Wiseman. I asked him how much further we had to go, and I guess he said about 1 mile. I guess that's what he's saying. Anyway, carry on. We got a great little cabin here at the Boreal Lodge. It's about $150 a night. It's got everything you could possibly need. It's got a nice little kitchen if you want to cook something. Nice little living area with a TV. Internet was kind of spotty, but we did manage to get a few emails out and about. But otherwise, it was a great night. Got a nice bit of rest. You get ready for our push to Prudhoe Bay in the morning. It's such a beautiful morning today. I'm not going to talk a lot. I'm just going to let you enjoy the ride up to the start of Atigun Pass. Atigun Pass is a high mountain pass across the Brooks Range in Alaska. It's located at the head of the Deadhorse River and it rises to the height of 4,739 feet at the summit. The average grade approaches 12% and it's not a place for you to show off. Today the surface was perfect. When it's not, it can kill you. You always need to remember the big trucks have the right of way. They can't slow down heading up and hope to get started again, and they can't stop very well heading down. If you're in their way and get killed, it's probably not the driver's fault. Good morning. Lynn and I are at the summit of Atigun Pass, and it is awesome. I am celebrating with a Hershey bar with almonds. The life is good. The weather today is absolutely perfect. Temperature is about 60 degrees. Not a cloud in the sky. There's no wind. The road for the most part is absolutely perfect except for a couple of sections. Give you a little swing around here. From here to Deadhorse, I think we have about another 165 miles. Probably get some construction up towards the top there, but we'll slow down and ease on through. So it's all good. Atigun Pass, I think it's, I don't know, 24th of June or something like that. And it's about maybe 9 o'clock in the morning. So all is well. Cheers. A few miles later, we stopped to top off our tanks with the gas we'd gotten in Coldfoot the day before. We were almost alone, and with no wind, it was really eerie out here on the Tundra. You need to be ready to do the gas thing fast. You only have about 49.8 seconds before you are covered with mosquitoes. The ones out here are not your garden variety, but are big enough to carry off rabbits and small children. You've been warned. Do not dilly-dally here. You will be dead in minutes. So we got the tanks topped off and talked to a couple of riders that passed by. They said the last 30 miles of the road heading into Deadhorse was a real mess as construction is going on raising the road from the floods last year. We thanked them for the information and headed off and was hoping for the best. got to forgive me as I didn't shoot any footage through the construction zone. It was as bad as we were told. Fist-sized stones that were inches deep and millions of gallons of water being put down by the trucks. It was a mess. The pilot car went so slow you couldn't get any safe speed for stability, so we just muddled through. Lynn and I did fine. Some of the workers told us many riders had turned back, and several were helicoptered back to Fairbanks with serious injuries. I knew of one rider who was so shaken he lost confidence and had a truck pick him and his bike up for the last 20 miles into Deadhorse. Like I said, it was a mess. We got checked in the hotel, got our photos at the famous end of the Dalton Highway sign, and spent the evening relaxing in the restaurant eating cookies and donuts. It was a good day. I've achieved my goal to make it to Deadhorse on my little motorbike named Tess. We rode through rain, snow, hail, heat, dust, smooth roads, rough roads, and mud. It was our longest adventure yet. I'm really proud of her. There's a big map on the wall here at the hotel. I got a strange, unsettling feeling when I saw how far away from home I was. For a moment, I felt really alone. I sat at one of the tables in the restaurant and thought about my little bike. She has a motor the size of a basketball that still has to take me thousands of miles. I went outside to where I had her parked. She was cooling off from the ride up. I put the cover on her and looked south. I knew we were going to be just fine.